Hey Fragrance family, I'm Dave and I'm a fragrance bro. Welcome to another episode of 5 Fragrances You Should Buy. Now typically this series is about 5 fragrances that I love that I can't review just yet, but sometimes I like to change it up a little bit. A couple of episodes ago I did a 2-part series on 5 Bond No. 9 fragrances you should buy. Today I'm going to do the same thing with Creed. Now if you've watched my channel for a long time, these suggestions might not be new to you. If you've been in the fragrance community for a long time and you're familiar with Creed, these might not be new to you either. But this video is going to be great for those who are just starting off into Creed and just want to see what are the best ones to get. So these 5 fragrances are my personal 5 favorites by Creed. I'm going to do another video on 5 more fragrances by Creed that I think you should buy, but these 5 are my personal favorite. Now I have reviews of all of these, so if any of these pique your interest, or if you haven't seen a full review of this, I'll have links to cards up here and links down below in the video description where you can go and watch the full reviews. And they're going from least greatest to greatest, so let's go ahead and start with number 5. Number 5 is Silver Mountain Water by Creed. Now here's my wife's bottle right here. It has just a little tiny bit left, and yes, this is my wife's. Now this I believe is intended for a male audience, but I'll say that this is a very unisex fragrance. I think women can pull this off really easily. It's essentially a light floral, citrusy, musky type of scent. It's a little hard to explain because it has a lot of moving parts, but it is a gorgeous scent. It has a very prominent black currant note. There's some other notes in there too that give it almost like this ink-like smell. If you have maybe a fountain pen and you have to reload the fountain pen with ink, or if you've written on a paper for a long time with a pen, then you know that smell that I'm talking about. It's a very distinct type of smell. That's in here. It's a very interesting aspect to the scent. Ultimately, this is a really great scent that I think you can use almost any time in the warmer months particularly, but you can use it for almost any occasion. I haven't smelled much that's like this at all. It's a beautiful scent and definitely something that I think you should try at least. So Creed Silver Mountain Water, go check it out. Next is Original Santol. Now I actually don't have a for real bottle of this, I only have a decant. Here's my decant, I have a little bit left, this is a 50 ml bottle. Now a few years ago when I first started Fragrance Bros, the fragrance community was all abuzz about Original Santol by Creed. I don't hear much about this anymore, but I do think that this is one of Creed's best. One of the things I hear more is this compared to Mont Blanc Individual by Mont Blanc. However, even though they do smell very similar, and there is a price difference here, this one smells a lot better and it smells a lot richer, whereas Mont Blanc Individual smells just a lot cheaper. Now from the name, Santol means sandalwood, and this is a sandalwood fragrance, but there's more to it than that. There is a strong cinnamon note, there's a strong vanilla note, there's also a very strong juniper note. Whenever you first spray it, you get a lot of the juniper dies down. What it becomes is this cinnamon, vanilla, sandalwood scent that's all blended very well together, and it almost has kind of a musky, almost dryer sheets type of smell. This is really great for the cooler weather and also really great for dates, for formal situations I would say as well, but particularly dates. My wife loves this. Out of all of my scents in my entire collection, this is probably my wife's favorite. And every time we go on dates, I always wear this around her, so she really loves it. It's one of those kind of cuddly, warm scents that someone just really wants to get close to you and smell. So don't sleep on Original Santol. All right, so my third choice is something that you've probably already heard of, and that's Creed Ventus. Creed Ventus, probably their most popular scent in their line, if I were to guess. With good reason. It's a very fantastic fresh scent that's very almost hyper masculine, which is really what I love about this scent. You may be asking why it's not my number 1 favorite, and that's because I think this is a little bit overplayed, and though I really love it, I don't reach for it as much as another one in my top picks here. I find that Ventus really makes a statement, and sometimes I don't really want to make that statement when I wear it. So I kind of have to choose when and where I wear this fragrance. As for the way it smells, it's most known for its pineapple note. It has pineapple and apple at the top, as well as kind of the smoky, leathery birch note in the mids, and then it dries down to this very musky scent that's gorgeous. There have been a lot of clones of Creed Ventus, and they haven't really gotten it exactly right. Only a Ventus is a Ventus, and that's why I think that Creed Ventus is definitely something that you should buy. Next is Royal Oud. Royal Oud, again, is another one of their fragrances that works really great in the winter time and in the fall. What I really appreciate about Creed is that all of their scents really kind of have a fresh edge to them, even the ones that are good for fall and winter, like Original Santol and Royal Oud. Though this isn't really fresh, there's something about it that has a freshness to it. Now, of course, with the name, there is oud in there, but the oud is kind of pushed in the background, so it's not an oud forward fragrance, which I really appreciate here because I don't think that it would translate very well. In my review of this, I mentioned that this really reminds me of my grandfather's pipe tobacco. There's something in there that has kind of a pipe tobacco type of smell. I don't remember off the top of my head if tobacco is in there, but it has kind of a tobacco-like smell. There's also pink pepper in there, and of course the oud. The oud kind of brings this kind of almost sour quality that is a great contrast to all the existing notes in there. And then when this dries down, and it's so heavenly. It's a very musky, full-bodied, masculine, rich type of scent. I get a lot of compliments when I wear this, and it's one of my favorite scents. I can't wait to start wearing this. Since it's starting to cool down here in the South, I'm definitely gonna pull this out soon. So yes, if you haven't tried Creed Royal Oud, definitely go get some, it's amazing. And my number one pick is gonna be no surprise to anyone who's followed my channel for any length of time. It's gonna be Green Irish Tweed. Green Irish Tweed, I think, is almost 30 years old now, and it does not show a day of age. It is just as relevant and as great as it was 30 years ago. What I love about Green Irish Tweed is that it is probably the freshest, the greenest, the brightest, the best fresh scent I've ever tried. This is a fragrance, and I've said this before, that I really want my kids to remember me by. I consider this my signature scent, if I have one. And anytime I go anywhere with my kids, if it's a special occasion or special event or something they're doing at school or in sports or anything, I always try to wear Green Irish Tweed, especially if the season permits. And of course, I get tons and tons and tons of compliments with Green Irish Tweed. It's just an amazing scent. It starts off soapy and bright, and then it dries down a little bit to the second phase. And then that phase is more of almost like the cool water type of smell. And then it becomes a really beautiful, musky green scent. Oh, it's just amazing. Speaking of cool water, this gets a lot of comparisons to cool water. Cool water is very, very inexpensive, and I would say cool water is like a slice of this. Cool water is similar, but not as full, not as rich, not as complex as GIT. GIT definitely worth the money. I would pay any price for this. That's how much I love it. If you have not tried Green Irish Tweed, you have got to go try it. It's amazing. Definitely something that you should buy. So those are all my choices. I'd like to thank my sponsor, Fragrance X. Fragrance X is an online reseller that sells thousands of legitimate fragrances for a reduced cost. You can find all of these fragrances on Fragrance X's website. You may even be able to find testers, and those are 100% legitimate. If they have testers, they're gonna be at a reduced cost as well. I'll have a link down below to Fragrance X where you can go and find them, as well as a coupon. I bought from them, so I trust them, and I really recommend them to you. If you're looking to buy a Creed, definitely go check out Fragrance X. Thanks everyone for watching. I know some of you have already seen all of these and seen all the reviews of these, but let me know what your favorite Creed is. Out of all the Creeds, let me know your favorite. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. I'm Dave with the Fragrance Bros. Bye. Thanks everyone for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to check out my other channel, Beast Made Reviews, where me and a friend review high quality products for men. You might like it. Go check it out.